Imagine this: a seemingly perfect family, laughing over dinner in their cozy suburban home, unaware that one whispered confession could shatter their world forever. But that's exactly what happened to the Harringtons, when a long-buried secret clawed its way to the surface, threatening to destroy everything they held dear. Elena Harrington was the epitome of grace and devotion. At 48, she still turned heads with her warm smile and elegant poise, the kind of mother who baked fresh cookies for school events and organized family vacations with meticulous care. Her husband, Mark, a successful architect in his early 50s, adored her. They'd been married for 25 years, building a life together in the quiet town of Willow Creek. Their 2 children, Sophia and Liam, completed the picture. Sophia, at 23, was a budding artist with a fiery spirit, while Liam, 19, was the laid-back college student, always cracking jokes to lighten the mood. From the outside, they were unbreakable. But Elena carried a weight that grew heavier with each passing year, a secret rooted in a forbidden romance that had ignited her soul long before she said "I do." It all began 26 years ago, when Elena was a young woman working as a receptionist in a bustling city law firm. She was engaged to Mark, her high school sweetheart, a man who promised stability and a future filled with love. But then she met Victor Russo, a charismatic lawyer with piercing blue eyes and a voice that could melt steel. Victor was everything Mark wasn't: wild, passionate, unpredictable. Their first encounter was electric, a chance meeting in the office elevator where their hands brushed, sending sparks through Elena's veins. What started as innocent flirtations quickly spiraled into a torrid affair. Stolen lunches turned into late-night rendezvous in hidden cafes and dimly lit hotel rooms. Victor whispered promises of a life unbound by convention, his touch awakening desires Elena never knew she had. "You're meant for more than a safe life," he'd say, his lips tracing her skin under the glow of city lights. For months, she was torn between the security of her engagement and the intoxicating rush of forbidden love. But reality crashed in when Elena discovered she was pregnant. Panic set in. Was the child Mark's or Victor's? The timing was agonizingly ambiguous. In a moment of desperation, she ended things with Victor, blocking his calls and avoiding him at work until he transferred to another city. She married Mark as planned, convincing herself that love could be built on half-truths. Sophia was born 9 months later, with Victor's striking blue eyes that Elena dismissed as a family trait from her side. For years, the secret simmered beneath the surface, buried under layers of family routines and shared memories. Elena watched Sophia grow into a vibrant young woman, her heart aching with guilt every time those blue eyes met hers. Mark doted on his daughter, teaching her to sketch buildings just like his own designs. Liam idolized his big sister, the family bond seemingly unbreakable. Then, everything changed on a crisp autumn evening. Sophia, fresh out of art school, had fallen deeply in love with a man named Daniel, a talented photographer she'd met at a gallery opening. Their romance was a whirlwind: stolen kisses under streetlights, late-night drives along the coast, promises of forever etched in heartfelt letters. Daniel proposed after just 6 months, and Sophia said yes, her joy radiating like sunlight. But as wedding plans unfolded, Elena's past resurfaced like a ghost from the shadows. Victor, now a widowed millionaire, had moved back to Willow Creek for business. He spotted Elena at a local charity event, her face unchanged by time. Their eyes locked across the room, and the old flames flickered to life. Victor approached her later that night, his voice low and urgent. "Elena, I've never stopped thinking about you. About us." She tried to brush him off, but Victor revealed he'd always suspected Sophia was his. "Those eyes, they're mine. I want to know her. I deserve to know my daughter." Elena's world tilted. She begged him to stay silent, but Victor, fueled by years of regret and loneliness, wasn't easily swayed. He began sending anonymous letters to the family home, hinting at hidden truths, each one a dagger to Elena's heart. The drama escalated when Liam found one of the letters tucked in the mailbox. "Mom, what's this about a past mistake that could change everything?" he asked innocently over breakfast. Elena's face paled, but she laughed it off as a prank. Inside, she was unraveling. That night, she confronted Victor at a secluded park, the air thick with tension. "You can't do this," she hissed, tears streaming down her face. Victor pulled her close, his embrace a mix of anger and longing. "I loved you, Elena. I still do. Tell them the truth, or I will." As the wedding approached, Sophia noticed her mother's growing anxiety, late nights pacing the kitchen, whispered phone calls. One evening, Sophia confided in Elena about her own fears. "Mom, Daniel and I are so in love, but what if something tears us apart? Like secrets or lies?" Elena's resolve cracked. She wanted to warn her daughter, to protect her from the pain she herself had endured. The breaking point came during a family dinner meant to celebrate the engagement. Victor showed up uninvited, his presence like a storm cloud. Mark welcomed him politely, unaware of the history, but Elena's hands trembled as she served the meal. Over dessert, Victor dropped the bomb. "Sophia, there's something you need to know. I'm your father." The room froze. Sophia's fork clattered to the plate, her blue eyes wide with shock. Mark's face drained of color, betrayal etching deep lines. Liam stared in disbelief. "What?" Sophia whispered, turning to Elena. "Mom, is this true?" Tears flooded Elena's eyes as she nodded, the weight lifting and crushing her simultaneously. She poured out the story, the affair, the uncertainty, the choice to build a life with Mark. "I loved Victor once, but I chose our family. I chose you all." Mark stood abruptly, storming out into the night, his world shattered. Sophia fled to her room, slamming the door, her trust in her mother broken. The days that followed were a whirlwind of raw emotions. Mark confronted Elena in heated arguments, their once solid marriage hanging by a thread. "How could you lie to me for all these years?" he demanded, his voice breaking. Elena pleaded for forgiveness, reminding him of the love they'd shared, the family they'd created. Meanwhile, Sophia grappled with her identity, meeting Victor in secret. He shared stories of his life, his regrets, and slowly, a tentative bond formed. But it came at a cost. Her relationship with Daniel strained under the family chaos. "I don't know who I am anymore," she confessed to him one tearful night. Daniel held her, whispering, "You're the woman I love. That's all that matters." Liam, the peacemaker, urged everyone to talk. In a tense family meeting, truth spilled like wine on a white tablecloth. Mark admitted his own flaws, how he'd taken their life for granted. Elena revealed the depth of her remorse, how the affair had been a fleeting escape from her fears of settling down. Victor, seeing the destruction, apologized and stepped back, realizing his intrusion had been selfish. Slowly, healing began. Mark and Elena sought counseling, rekindling their romance through honest conversations and rediscovered intimacy. Sophia forgave her mother, understanding that love could be messy and imperfect. She introduced Victor into her life cautiously, as a biological father, while affirming Mark as the dad who'd raised her. Daniel stood by her side, their wedding postponed but not cancelled, emerging stronger from the storm. In the end, the Harringtons weren't destroyed, they were transformed. The secret that could have torn them apart instead forced them to confront their vulnerabilities, forging deeper bonds. Elena's forbidden romance became a chapter in their story, a reminder that even in the ashes of betrayal, love could rise anew. But ask yourself, what secrets are hiding in your own family? Sometimes, the truth is the only way to truly be free.